your message. And so all about branding, because whether you're intentional or unintentional about your message is coming across. And so might as well be proactive in it. And with what we do as business owners, because everybody here is, owning their own businesses, you have to be very proactive and making sure your messaging is what you want it to be. Because unintentionally, and I had this happen for years, you may be putting off the wrong message. And so it's really intentional to know right away, what is your messaging? What is it that you want to relay to your customers? And then really solidify that, because it's really hard to go back. And another thing is, once you got it, it's such a nice thing. It's like, okay, here's the color scheme, here's the branding, here's the words I use, here's the presentation. Because once you have that, everything builds from there. And once you can kind of cross that off the list, you don't have to kind of, you're not having to reinvent the wheel anymore. So it's not like you're having to constantly redo your messaging, because usually your messaging is going to be the same. You just want to reinforce it. And so that's what we're talking about today. And I would love to go through each of your websites if you would like, and then and just ask, hey, Victor, what was the message that you wanted to get across? And we just kind of go from there. It's like, okay, and just so you know, there's really no wrong answer to this. You could, I think I said it in the last class, you could have whatever message you want. I've seen so many different technicians, so many different websites over the years, and it's very clear what each of their messaging is. I know that from a website, oh, this person is going to be very much all about the piano as a machine. There's very little heart behind it, which is that's their choice. It's all about the working mechanism and making the most out of this machine. Okay, that's fine. I've seen others where it's very kid friendly and very kind of childhood whimsical, and that's what they're wanting to do, and that's great. So I'm excited to talk about this because it's a big deal. And I can kind of start with the Artisan website, because it was something that we redid fairly recently. And Stacy, are you able to pull up on your screen the Artisan website? And we can kind of just go over, here was the thought process, and here's why what we did. Whoa. There it is. So we were very much intentional about wanting to go against the standard piano tuner using, tuning a piano and having that be all the images. And so we spent months literally trying to figure out what is the new slogan, because originally it was continue the story. And before that, it was craftsmanship, where craftsmanship and tradition become art. And so we had moved from where craftsmanship and tradition become art to continue the story, to really bump up our restoration component. But then when we removed the restoration, we were kind of like, okay, now what? Because the continue the story was all geared towards the restoration. So then we came up with the slogan, care that inspires. And so we wanted to go around this whole idea of the piano is whimsical, the piano brings joy, the piano can be for artists and things of that nature, and really have this kind of lifestyle. That's a big deal right now, is these lifestyle websites. And so what we wanted to present is, hey, this is the lifestyle we want. We know you want to be in your studio making music or seeing your little child play. And so that's what we're inspiring that. And then making it as simple as possible. Again, a lot of smiles, that this is a joyful thing. The piano is fun and exciting. It's joyful. And then just having a lot of the pictures, even the pictures was a very warm palette, because we're wanting to kind of incite just that warmth, that joy. And there's not a lot really about all of the qualifications that we have. We just kind of let the website almost tell this story in this world that we wanted people to enter into. And that was our reasoning. And that's why we kind of did what we did there. And Stacy and Andy were just, it's funny because we've had the same website on WordPress for 20 years. And like last year I was in a meeting with Andy and Stacy, and I'm like, well, what should we do next? And they're like, we want to redo the entire website. Like, let's just do it. I'm like, what? And then take it from WordPress to Shopify so we can actually purchase things and sell things. And so Stacey and Andy really pioneered that whole thing. And so it's just, they did a really great job. So Stacey, if I haven't said it again recently, kudos to you. Thank you.
Oh, it was so fun. The thing that I loved about it, you guys, is people don't buy, they're not really buying your service. They're really buying a feeling or a state or an experience from you. I mean, they really are. So we were trying to capture that in the website with the pictures because, I mean, if you study basic human needs, the top human need is to feel significant. So any experience that can help that person, that customer of yours feel that, like have that experience is what we were trying to be like, oh, I want that. And you really do that by doing more for them than anyone else. Add more value than anyone else when you are out there and you have them for life. It's that experience they're having with you, right? So, I'm soapboxing. I'm gonna.
No, that's good. And Stacey, you did bring up a really good point, and I should have touched upon this too. Is at the that core need is for safety, and so we did take that need and really thought about that. Okay, safety. What does that mean? How do we advertise that? So it's background checked, insured. It's people that have a lot of reviews. We want to promote safety because the reality is that your customer is usually stay-at-home mom, 2 kids. And so the reality is whatever you're promoting, you want to make sure that 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 safety matters, and that I know that sounds kind of strange, but the reality is that's a big deal.
That's a huge deal, actually, the safety thing. And you wouldn't know that unless you were in their homes and you were getting to know them.
Yeah.
Because you're right. These customers we have, they're not passionate about having their piano in tune a lot of times, right? Mm-mm. They're passionate about, I want to feel safe having someone come in my home. Or maybe they're passionate about, I want my kid to learn this instrument, or I just love this experience playing this music on the piano and I need it to play well for me to do that. So it's getting to know your customer and getting to know, like, what do they value? Who's your top customers? What do they value? And giving them that. Yeah.
All right. Victor, you want to put up a FINA? I'd love to see a FINA.
Sure. I can throw it up there.
That logo's so money. My kids would say, "Oh, that slaps."
That's what all our students say. Let's see here. Okay, let me open it first. I guess that's easier.
Yeah.
Let me open it in my browser.
Yeah, and I would love to know kind of what your and Ramses's thought process was in the design, if there was, or was there more just like, no, we like the colors, and and that's a big thing too, is creating something that you like. I think that's a big deal. I think I've had some other technicians that, like, their branding didn't match what they really liked, and it was kind of that you could tell that they weren't really on board with their own company in a way.
Yeah, because your brand is your reputation, really, in the end. So yeah, it needs to be aligned.
There we go. Awesome.
Okay.
Yes. Let me go full screen here. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, there you are.
Let's see.
Tabs at the top.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Stacy, and when we kind of started doing these meetings with y'all, Stacy and David did give us some really good feedback about that. The tabs being on top, being very easy to access. So we made sure we did that so you're not having to hunt down a menu or things like that. And then also on the left, there's always this book down.
Yes,
button. Yeah.
What
Wherever they are, they can just go ahead and hit that,
Stacy calls that
Donna?
the stalker. What do you call that? The stalker button?
Yeah, the stalker button in a good way.
In a good way.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's real nice because it's always going to be there. So if they're reading something and they're like, oh my gosh, I love this, they're like, oh, let me book it now. It's not a second thought. They have to think about it later. So that's really nice. The logo, oh my gosh, this is like our 4th or 5th logo at this point. But that one, it was kind of, I think Ramsey's came up with that one. It was kind of a mixture of different things, but we wanted the tuning hammer in there just because we just thought it was super traditional.
Yeah.
So that's how that came to be. And then this is our new motto, kind of. We came up with I think AI might have came up with this. I'm not really sure. But we're both musicians.
Musicianship?
Yes. So, and that's the thing. We kind of wanted it to, when we're in the home, we always try to make sure that we play quite a bit of music for them, and that it's kind of an experience, because maybe they don't always have somebody that can play certain music in their home. So Ramsey's is a much better player than I am. He has his master's in piano performance, but I went to school for vocal performance, but I also studied piano, and I played all growing up. So we always make sure that we have a couple pieces down that we can play, mainly classical music. And so, and half of our clients, they know us from before, from the university, because we've, accompanied for them or played. So we kind of wanted it to be like that. People already know us as musicians and things like that. So we wanted to be a mixture of both. So that's how we came up with that.
Oh.
And
the
pictures, we took all these pictures.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, the about us and all these sections of writing, that was all AI. Ramsey's just, I'm not sure what he put in, but it just kind of pumped that out, and we were really surprised at how it was. Like all this, like over 200 strings, things like that. Like AI knew all of that, and we were really surprised. So did all that, all these images. This is on a Yamaha U1 at my house. So we just.
And did you hire a professional photographer? Because the pictures you took are great.
No, that was just my brother. I mean, he takes pictures sometimes, but some of those were taken on a DSLR, and some were taken on the iPhone. In portrait mode. They look real nice. So, and then what we do, these are our different deals. So tuning has its own section, kind of with we try to kind of adopt what you guys had with the Tuning Plus, because people weren't understanding the pitch raise. It was just too much for them to comprehend. And we were running into issues because they were trying to schedule a regular tuning, but then we're like, no, you're going to need a pitch raise. And they're like, what's a pitch raise? I just want a tuning. So
did you end up never removing the pitch raises and just...
Yes, exactly. Let me click tuning here.
That's brilliant. That's a thing.
So the standard tuning. And it has for pianos tuned within a year. We kind of did the same thing as y'all with it really tells them exactly what it comes with, because sometimes people are like, so it's it's a lot of money to ask, maybe and they're like, so you're just gonna tune the piano and leave? And we're like, well, we're always gonna make sure we wipe down the keys, and we'll wipe the cabinet down, and we'll also give you we'll look at it and let you know what other issues it has or what it needs. And then always 1 or 2 keys are messed up, so usually we can fix that within the 15 minutes. And
I love this.
Yeah.
Then you have the tuning
plus. Tuning plus. Yes, and this would be our pitch raise, and we say there that haven't been tuned in more than a year, and usually that's what we run into down here. They're gonna need it if it hasn't been that long. And then we did the follow-up tuning now, and that has been great. Yeah, that
isn't it so much nicer?
We haven't run into any. It is, yeah, and people love we thought, because it is more than what our pitch raise price was, and we're like, man, people are gonna be like, that's a lot. But if we give them that option, like in 4 weeks, we'll give you $50 off. They're always like, oh yeah, and they always do it. So that's been really great. Yeah, and so let's see. Let me go back. So those are all on our service bundles. So that's the tuning and the cleaning and repair. This has our different cleaning deals, and we try to do everything off of. You guys guys do like bronze, silver, metals.
Yeah.
We try to do it by this is what our it tells everybody what our cleaning does. Prices for uprights and grands. Talks a little bit about repair, a repair price, not parts included, of course, and it just talks a little bit about that. So that's under the cleaning and repair. We try to make our own thing. We did it with musical. Oh, here we go. Can you guys hear me okay now?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just me. I was hearing buzz.
No.
Here's me too.
Is everything good now? Can everybody see the?
Yeah.
I'm on the service bundle. Okay, good. So here we try to make our own kind of system. So we did it through musical excerpts, so prelude, etude, and then the higher you get, you get into the sonata and things like that. And the full one would be a symphony service.
I love that.
But it keeps adding more and more things. Yeah, so that's the kind of way we did it. Have five packages right now. We might narrow it down, but we are having issues with, not issues, but there's kind of a big gap from our first service to our second service, which is the prelude to the etude. And as you can see, it's $200 to pretty much $1,000.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have any advice for trying to bridge that gap. You can kind of see what we include in those two. Really, the main thing is the full action regulation. That's making that price difference.
Okay, so let's look at that again. Okay, so includes hammer alignment, key leveling. Is that 198? Is that what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, 200 to 1,000.
Yeah.
So I agree with you, Victor, that there should be another stage or shift stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what I would do is the $990 plus tax should be a 1-day service, correct?
Yes.
That's a 1-day service. So I would figure out what the first service should be, a half day. So it should be half the price.
Okay.
So even if you're just okay, you even said it, light action regulation, I would put that at double the price you have right there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, make that first one instead of like 198. Yeah, like
I would make that 398 or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So your pricing
you already have
structure
tuning
would
at a couple $100. Then you have the next thing at $400. Then the next thing at $900. That feels right.
That makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Don't include the tuning on any of your packages, though.
Yeah, they're not on any of them. I think it's only on the last one. But yeah, we were talking about that. I guess we can take it off and add it separately.
I would.
Okay. Yeah. So instead of trying to add another package in the middle, just raise the price of the lower one.
Yeah, because you're already doing kind of what we're already doing with our bronze package and silver package. I definitely would eventually create a third category and have some kind of a gold where it's a 2-day service. 1 day reconditioning the action, surfacing the hammers, lubricating, maybe doing knuckle bolstering. And then the next, the day bringing it back for this all-day service.
Yeah, I think that would kind of be I guess that would be our symphony. It's kind of like everything.
That should be
in there, but we'll take that out.
Yeah, that should be a $2,000.
I love the names. I love the names, and this is so good, so good.
Yeah, For I don't know, maybe for somebody that's not classically trained or something, the names might be a little confusing, but we really liked it. We thought it made a lot of sense.
Yeah, I love it.
It goes in alignment with like your musician background.
Yeah, it ties into your brand of what your logo, your slogan is. It ties in perfectly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, thank you. Yeah, and in the About Us, it just talks about our mentor. This is that clip Steinway, that really awkward one that they cut down. This is the one that he restored, that he rebuilt. Just talks about him a little bit. And then this is Mean Ramses.
I love that.
And talks about us and our degrees we have and things like that. And PT, of course. And then this is another stock or images we took of a U1.
You know what we need to do? This is, and I love the little things. Usually I see two things. Usually I see the Piano Technicians Guild, like associate member, and then I see a lot of the Piano Technician Academy. I'd like to create also the Artisan Network. You're part of the membership
Yes.
here, but that's an ongoing thing. And that's another validating thing. It's like, oh, okay, they're part of this. So we're gonna create something like that. Sorry, Stacy, we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
I think this sounds awesome.
I
Great.
love
I know
that
we would definitely love to.
I love that you're introducing your mentor and giving him honor there, and then but it also validates your company. So I just think that
Exactly.
I think it's fantastic. I would definitely just, the only thing I would consider, and you don't just think about this. When we offered that, what we call our peace of mind guarantee, which is 30 days, if you have any issues, will come out. And we really marketed that. We promoted that in the website. It was very clear. That was a big deal because it made it for two things. We got a lot of customers because of that. You're like, wow, these are the only people out there actually going to stand by their work. The other thing is it made it so at the service, people were less stringent and less intense about wanting to make sure it was perfect. And I didn't know that this would happen, but they did that because they're like, okay, I know that if something's wrong, they'll come back. 99 out of 100, we don't come back because it's fine. And then the third thing is, in the rare occasions that you do have to go back, you boom, have a customer for life. So I was very apprehensive about having any kind of a guarantee on tuning. Nobody was doing that back in the day when we started, but it's been a big deal. And other companies have adopted it, and it's been good. So that would be my only thing to consider down the line, is some kind of a worry-free guarantee, peace of mind guarantee, and make it. You can even put a limit. Hey, for 30 days after your service, if you have any issues, we'll come out, see what's going on.
Yeah.
So
no, I feel like we already do that, but we don't say it. Like it's not anywhere written down. Yeah, because I always tell them, like if something feels weird, like if one of these keys doesn't feel right after like a regulation, like give me a call and I'll come out here. Don't worry about it. We're not gonna charge you for it. Just let me know.
And that really dovetails into the idea of safety. These guys are safe in the sense of they'll stand behind it. And so that's a big deal. So really, I know, I'm like, I bet they're already doing it. And that's what we were already doing too. Might as well promote it and showcase it. Good job. Justin, I know that Justin put on there. I don't know if Justin can present, but maybe Stacy, you can.
Yeah, Stacy.
Yeah, we'll put it up, Justin, because I love it. And there's some little things in it that I was like, ooh, that's perfect. And I wanted to kind of talk about because it's really cool. The little subtle things, and I'm like, oh yeah, Justin's a designer.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm so excited.
It's
okay,
cool.
Let me pull it up. Give me just a second.
Yeah, he put it in the feed, in the general
feed.
feed.
Yeah. I'm getting there. It's just, okay. I'm so excited about this.
How fun that we get to create. It's like, yes, we go work on pianos, but we also get to create something out of nothing. These websites, these logos, the slogans, it's just, I didn't come out of the womb like, man, I want to work on pianos, or like, that's not my dream. But my dream job was to create and make people happy and self-expression, to work with my hands. And it just, everything works with piano service. And I love that. Pianocraft.
There it is. Okay. Woo, I don't know why that took me forever, but we got it. Can you guys see it okay?
Chef's kiss right there, Justin, with that logo, and just boom, book now. Because you have the name Ponderosa Pianos, so it's not like you need to say piano tuning and piano repair. It's right there in just one thing. It's just like, and it draws your eye. The trees draw your, I'm sorry, I'm going to geek out really quick because I'm all about design too. The trees focus your attention on the fact that this is piano related, and then you move downwards. Ponderosa Pianos, tuning and repair. It's just simple, perfect.
Yeah, it's very clear what you're offering. No confusion at all, and it's beautiful to look at.
Yeah, and the color scheme that you used was very simple, very elegant,
and it goes with the logo, the trees, and the green. Oh, I love this.
And I loved how simple, again, the menu is right here. And like Victor said, Justin, because sometimes I run into roadblocks with the verbiage and the content. Using we've used this AI called Claude, Chat GPT, and you'll be amazed what it can produce. And it's scary.
Yes, you can even take a script and say, "Can you rewrite this in like 2 sentences? Can you make this?" It's kind of amazing what you can do with that. Yeah. Oh, this is so cool.
Look at that. And I look right here, Justin. The thing that I really like too is just the little details. I'm like, you have pine cones in the back here. It's just like, yes. Here's my only critique, and it's not really a critique, it's more of the messaging. Everything that you have is very high end and it's really awesome. You know, remembering that, I guess I can sympathize here because I was very young when I started my business. Unlike you, you look older than me. I looked like I was 20, but I looked like I was 12. And so there's kind of a reverse ageist thing going on. So just be very aware of that in your presentation. I would potentially reconsider the hero shot or the picture of you to be potentially more approachable.
Yeah, that's like the only one I have, and that's like 8 years old at this point. So I was going to replace it.
I just love it. I love the color scheme. I love what you do. The ribbon at the top, the way it stays, and then Matt's, is that like a maroon? I'm kind of colorblind, but like that's
it's supposed to be brown, like pine cones.
It's a brown.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
It's a brown.
It's kind of a rust brown, exactly.
Rust
it goes
brown,
right with the tree, like the whole, like, it goes right with it.
And then just like right there, the scrolling testimonials. It's crisp, it's clean, it's easy to use. It says it all, and it's just good job, Justin. I saw that you posted it, before this class, and I was just like looking at it. I'm like, this is well done.
Wow.
So,
yeah.
Wow.
I have experience in this field.
Yeah, it shows. And just so you know, like.
It's so simple, but it's not too much. You know what I mean? It's just like perfect that way.
Yeah. No, kudos to you. I was really proud of you with it. I was just like, wow, I just love, I'm seeing, Michael's posted his, Robert posted his, Justin, we have Athena. It's so fun. And then, Joel was asking to use Pianocraft. Yes. Like, it's just, Stacy, you wrote down on the feed like this article about Australia. Australia has less than 250 piano technicians in the entire country, and it's a big deal. So when I see you all really getting it, ramping it up and really doing it, I'm just like so excited for this next generation of people like doing it and doing it well. I think that's the thing is there's been a lot of people in the past that have started doing it, but we want to help people do it really well. So, Robert, let's see this website. Do you want to present or?
Go ahead, Robert.
We can't hear you. Robert, we can't hear you.
He's working on it.
Oh, how do I share my screen?
There you go.
At the bottom, there's a little share screen button right next to the microphone and the record. Or I don't know if you have those options.
Okay, there's a hand raised. Open chat.
There should be a screen, sort of like a monitor.
Yeah.
And if you hover your cursor over the different icons, you can see which one's
did we just lose him? Did he just go away?
I don't know.
Yeah, he just dropped.
Maybe
he might have logged off.
Maybe you could like share his. Maybe you could go ahead and.
I'll go ahead. I'm gonna share it because I have it up.
I couldn't figure it out either, which is why I asked Stacey to do ours.
Okay.
We'll wait to talk about it until Robert's here, though.
Yeah. That's it, though. So.
Robert, come back. There you are, Robert. We found it.
There you are.
Okay, I screwed that up.
We're going to share for you. I'll share for you. I'm getting a little better at it.
Okay.
Oh.
Do you see it? Can you see it okay, everyone?
I can see it. Yes, absolutely. And I love the logo. It's just, it's piano.
Concho is a river in San Angelo, and Concho is to San Angelo what Alamo is to San Antonio.
Okay.
So there are hundreds of businesses in town with Concho in front of it. so people know where you are. And I just wanted the piano. I just got it off Shutterstock. My wife and I looked at hundreds of logos. We just want something that they knew it would look like a piano.
Absolutely. And I loved it. And the banner and the ribbon on the top, it goes from the home to the about to the services to the contact. I love that order. Very simple. It's easy to see, easy to understand. You have your hours of operating your business, all of your contact right there. Certification and memberships. We got to get, Stacey, we need to get a thing.
Here's the home page. Sorry, I think I was on the contact page. But here's the home. Sorry.
I'm a big fan of rotating pictures like this. And yes, look at you have somebody playing their piano and having fun.
I'm going to click through these.
That was kind of my whole thought. You see a lot of free pianos on Facebook Marketplace. And some of the comments are, we have such great memories of our kids growing up playing the piano, but now they're out of the house and it sits in the corner. And I just want to comment, why don't you play it? It's not as hard as you think. That's why I put an older lady up there, because I'm an older. And even if it's chopsticks for the 1000th time, if it brings you joy, keep playing it. And so that's kind of my thought behind keeping piano fun. I've used the logo as a teacher, band is fun. I'd scream that a lot. So that was the thought behind it. Plus, David talked about therapy during one of that is so true. I went to one house, this lady's, it was her mom's piano, hadn't been tuned. And I really didn't tune it that much because she sat right next to me and said, "Can I watch?"
Yeah.
Okay, sure. And it might get boring. And I tuned for about 20 minutes. I wasn't going to do a pitch race because it wasn't that terrible.
Yeah.
But then she said, I played a little bit. She said, "Oh, would you play one of my mom's favorite hymns?" Sure. So I played the hymn. "Would you listen to me play one of my hymns?" Sure. She played the hymn. Then she played another piece. I thought, oh, I'm never going to get out of here. But then she said, "Oh, I'm so inspired. I want to play again. All this is coming back to me." And I thought, I left. I thought that had nothing to do with tuning.
No.
All. No. And so that is kind of my thought process, is that, it's a skill and something you can enjoy for the lifetime. So that's, and I like what Andy had, keeping piano its best. So I wanted that.
Keeping piano fun.
Now the caller text, I need to get that link straight to the contact because I'm not using Gazelle yet. I just want to get some people to call me.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. Oh my gosh. And I love the staggered approach right there.
Well, I got Athena. You guys did that in Athena. I looked at that. I kind of like that. So Victor, I stole that from you, even though you made it up.
No worries. It looks great.
Inspired. This is so good.
You have no idea how good this is for your customers, y'all. It's just so, yes.
Yeah, AI put under the contact, connect with me. And, my wife was doing the first draft. She said, "That kind of sounds like you're trying to hook up." I said, "Yeah." Let's change that one. Because there were so many little goofy AI catchphrases, and some of them were cheesy, some were just inappropriate. But the one I kept was the one on the homepage that said, "Revive your piano soul for next generations." And I wanted to put a picture of my piano with our granddaughter on the About Me.
This is it. Just I see this and I'm like, this is a family man. This is somebody who cares. He looks like a musician. He's friendly. It's just like, yes, this is somebody I trust to come into my home. It's very apparent, and it's very not ostentatious. It's not braggadocious. It's just very genuine, and it's really well done. Just the way you have it lined out, and you also have the guarantee in there. Can you read the guarantee, Stacey? What did it say, or Robert?
If you'll put it back up, since I obviously didn't share, I left the meeting, so I don't want to touch the wrong button again. I just put worry-free guarantee. I tried to be careful with the wording. Basically, I'll come back and address your concern for free. I didn't say I'll come back and fix it all.
Yep.
But that's what the wording was on
perfect
the guarantee.
Just a simple right there, worry-free guarantee. If you go to the services, can you go to the services one more time, Stacy? Okay, great. So it kind of shows what the piano service includes. That's great. And I can't see, does it actually also include the guarantee right there?
I think that's at the bottom.
Okay.
Under the right there.
I might, yeah, I think it should be at the bottom, but I think you should actually mention it also right there at the very end if it's not already there. Just like, and you also have our worry-free guarantee. And then as they scroll, they're going to read about that at the very bottom.
Okay, that makes sense.
That would be
I have a chance to edit. You know, GoDaddy, I've learned so much what to do and not to do. But I bought the domain name from GoDaddy. I went to Wix to create the site. GoDaddy won't release the domain name for 4 months. I thought, well, I gotta get this going. Yeah. So they have their own people do it, and it's a back and forth. But then they have limitations. You know, everything's an upgrade from. I feel like I was talking to a home builder. You know, oh, you want a toilet in the house? Oh, well, that's an upgrade. You know, it's like, okay. But so sometimes, I mean, literally, our final walkthrough, you talk with the real person who can actually make the edits, because we've gone back and forth. And it said, oh, well, this font is the standard. So you only get 2 choices here. You only get word limitations. So I wanted that call or text button on every page. I couldn't do that. That's fine. They got what I wanted up there. Yep. I just want to get it out. So I that's a good edit. And then I got to make a couple other changes. So,
Robert, how much do you mind if I ask, like, did that site cost? Because this is a really cool option that's very much, you could have somebody help you do it. What is the price point on something like this?
$900.
$900, less than $1,000, and boom, there it is. You have it.
The main name is like $4 a month.
Yeah.
Now then there's the hosting fee, which is a little more than Wix. That's why I wanted to try Wix. But
yep.
Okay.
Nice. Well done. Nice job. This is like I'm kind of getting a little bit emotional because it's just like all your sites are just such at that next level. And yeah, you're gonna really make a difference in this whole industry, and it's really fun to see.
Michael, you want to bring yours up again?
Yeah, so let me pull this up.
You can screen share it. You're better at it than me.
Oh.
So
yes.
A couple of things. I still need to fill out more text on my pages and add some extra photos, but I was really just trying to get something out there. Yep. And I also have some added things. So I had this logo from when I was doing I had this logo originally created for when I was doing voiceover work. And so it was Michael Pitt's voice, and I had a multicolor one, so it had an M and it turned into a V in red, and then the P. And so I used the black and white version since I already had the logo, and it fit perfect. It has my initials, MP, but also Midwest Piano.
Yeah, it is.
It's so cool.
And then the one thing I'm thinking about doing is getting this and then add the text, so you have the logo with Midwest Piano as the full logo. So that's an add-on that I look to do in the future.
I think that wouldn't be a bad idea. We've done the same thing with the round artisan logo. We have one that's more just like this, and then one that has the
because this works great for the logo when you put on your social media.
Yeah,
but I'm thinking of going to be an exhibitor at music education conference, and I would like to have on the banner the logo plus the text of the company name, and so I'm thinking about getting that added in.
That's a good idea.
And then similar to everybody else's site, and again, copying you guys and copying Avina's, the structure of the menu with about, services, contact, and then the book now. And then I also have the button to schedule via Gazelle throughout the website. So as you scroll down,
contact right there.
So I have a contact page here, plus the schedule services, which goes straight to Gazelle.
Your piano deserves the spotlight. Yes.
So I had come up with that logo or slogan. And this is where I need to add, more text. Add my phone number here on the front page,
Yep,
and then
yep,
again,
that's great.
similar to your guarantee, I made it as a promise that we'll come back free of charge if there's any concerns.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And then moving on to this again, I want to add more text and stuff, but
yes.
And then add some other photos on the page. But you can see here I added a link to Artisan Mentoring.
Yes, we got to get Stacy. We got to get something for people to promote it, because
yes, we do.
It's a thing. You all are putting in work every week to grow your craft, and you should be able to show people that. And it's because yeah. Wow.
And then
so
go ahead.
I'm noticing, at least everybody so far, that it's not been tied, your businesses have not been tied to your name really in any way. I'm curious I know what our reasoning was for that, but what is your all's reasoning for that?
Well, my reasoning is that I wanted it to be bigger than me. I did not want the focus on me. I wanted the focus on the piano.
Yeah. Wow. That's great. Victor, what about you? What about you, Robert? Justin?
Michael said literally the exact same thing. I was thinking, Michael, you know exactly what I was thinking. But yeah, we wanted it to be more than us. So even though we're in there, we want I'm sorry, David, but what you guys did at Artisan, long before we were doing these meetings, me and Ramses talk about Artisan on the daily, for years before we ever got to these meetings. And so everything was what would Artisan do? And we made it like that. And Artisan was it was way more than just one person. And so we're we need something like that. And so our company, we even tried to make the name close to Artisan. So Afina, and also Afina means tune in Spanish. It's the root word. And here we live as far down in Texas as you can. Mexico is I used to go to school. Mexico is on the other side of the driveway. We would look at Mexico and everybody goes over. So a lot of this community.
I love that.
Yeah. So we wanted the name to be something Spanish. And so we came up with Afina. And, we wanted it to be that really classic, traditional feel. We were thinking old school barbershop, really traditional, classic. And I feel like Artisan is really traditional. I don't know, it just feels like it has a lot of lore behind it. It just feels so ancient and strong. So that's what we try to do as well. Even though we're not, we don't have as many years as you guys under our belt, but yeah.
Wow. And I liked what you said, Michael, that's awesome, Victor. And what you said, Michael, is I wanted the focus to be on the piano. And just so you all know that what you're doing is a very massive abandonment of what the industry has been so far.
It's new. It's not happened.
So
that didn't even exist. No.
Yeah, because the reality, there has been a lot of ego in the industry. Bob's piano tuning, Jim's this, Jim, it's been a lot of things tied to their people's last names. And that's not to say it's not, that's bad. It's just that's been one direction. And again, Artisan 20 whatever years ago decided, hey, we want to go this other way. And like what Michael said, put the focus on something else. So kudos to you. Justin, was that kind of, Ponderosa Pianos, what was the thought process there? And not McKay's piano.
Yeah, I wanted to do less focused on me. I was like, I want to do evergreen because it's where I live is a lot of evergreen trees. And then I Googled that. I was like, oh, I can't do that. But yeah, I wanted to do more just focused on the pianos, but I also wanted to throw some elements of myself in there, in the about and stuff, so that people didn't think it was a big corporation. It's just one, but it's not about me kind of thing.
Yeah. And what about you, Robert?
I'm kind of like Justin. I want a little bit of both. Yeah, I want a name that has a business. But when you talked about cancellations, because it's easy to cancel a business, but they're getting Robert. It's just Robert. And I'm the guy that's coming. And yeah, Concho describes an area because geographically, my service area, it's not a lot of population, but it's the size of Connecticut or New Jersey. I mean, it's a big area, Texas is, so you can break it down. So I really wanted the business side. I really kind of wanted to put Robert Rumpf owner at the top, but that's okay. But on the about us, but I'm with Justin. I want them to know it's a person, but it's also a business name as well. So I kind of wanted both.
Oh, and David, you were talking about, when you asked Robert about how much it costs, originally I'd done just a draft website on my own through Wix, but I actually had a local company that does quote unquote easy websites that are, basically templated websites. And I spent $600 to get this template put together with all the materials I had already developed for the most part, although they gave some, added stock photos, the icons. Let me share again.
Yeah, I would love to.
Because this is kind of interesting of added on that they gave me as part of the, their work. They developed these little icons for each one of these. I didn't ask them about that, and they put it in themselves, which I thought was just phenomenal.
Can you scroll down to the bottom of the page so I can see it? I'm always like, yep, that was cool. Got a quote schedule. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Look, David, that artisan mentoring logo could fit right between.
Yep. Exactly.
So as soon as you get me one, I'll add it right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other cool thing is on the footer. The footer's ends up on every page, and again, I have.
Yeah, I love that.
All the if they're on their mobile, they can call from their mobile phone. Gives a normal contact. The time. My basically I'm out of Noblesville. I didn't put my actual address, but because I don't have a physical location, but they know that I'm from here. And then if they do go to Gazelle, then here's saying some stuff that I took both from other people in our area of Indy that use Gazelle, and also ideas from your page as well.
Yeah.
And added the little post-it note card here.
Oh, I love it. I think that it's. Are you using Gazelle yet, Michael?
Yeah.
How much does it cost for that? I'm guessing you have under 500 customers.
It's like $40, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually you can scale it down to under $30, I think, for initial if you don't use all the different options. But I went ahead and just initially, because I'll probably remove some stuff, but I'm using every single option. I think I'm spending $30 some odd a month.
Okay, so $30 a month, and you get that book now option.
Yeah, and if you have under 100 pianos, it's under 40 pretty much, even with using all those features. Yeah.
Let me see whether easy to see. Yeah, so I'm under $40. I'm, there's some things that like I'm not too sure whether I'm going to use the MailChimp, so I may take it off. But I really, if you're going to have it, almost everything else, unless you don't use the QuickBooks integration, which you could remove that.
Yeah.
But the invoicing, the estimates, the scheduling, SMS, the reminders, all of those features are pretty much, you should use them.
No, we use all the features, and I think we spend nearly $2,000 a month in Gazelle. It's like,
it's a lot. It's a little more than that even, but
that's crazy.
I've been very happy with how easy the program is to learn, and being able to I've been able to use the program actively with no issues, and got all kinds of pianos that I've gotten to touch.
Well, Johnny, I can't remember. Have you launched your website yet?
No, not yet. Yeah. Still not.
Okay, you might be the next Daft Punk, and like
it's gonna happen. I'm excited to see it.
Not Daft Punk, but you guys, this is just I can't say it enough. It's so neat to to go, like, as unfortunately, first thing I woke up to, and as I saw the feed, was the sad news about Australia. So I was kind of feeling like a little blue. And then to come into this meeting and be like, wow, no, there's a future. This is, this is a big deal. And you all are, it's good to know those things, that this is a reality, and then make that be momentum to help push you to, like, no, I want to do really good things. I want to make myself very visible. I want to do good work. And it's because of that I think that what we're doing here is going to gain momentum, because what you are doing is so different than what everybody else is doing. And it's going to reach a lot of people. And it really, when you're presenting yourself like this, when your message is like this, not only are you helping your customer, but you're helping yourself push to become that. So Victor, every day you're like, okay, I'm a Fina Pianos. I need to remember to bring my apron. I need to remember to do good work. It's like you're building that. And the whole culture, you mentioned that there was kind of an oldness to artisan or something along those lines. If there was some, yes, we embraced it early on and say, hey, we are artisan. We have morals and ethics and what we want to adhere to. And even on days that we feel like we want to throw in the towel and skimp on this, no, we're this. We're Ponderosa Pianos. We're Midwest. This is what we do. So kudos to you. I'm very, very, very impressed with all your sites. I genuinely am. It's very inspiring. And yes, we see what you're all doing, and we're like, oh, that's a good idea. And so we'll definitely make changes.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Just on business cards, because I've got Microsoft Publisher, and just you can get a basic template. But who have you used for business cards, everyone?
Vistaprint is really easy online. I've used them for several companies.
What did you say?
Vistaprint.
Oh, Vistaprint. Okay, yeah.
I've actually used them, and I'm like, I've used local. I love using local when I can, but I've used them before, and they've been really easy to work with. So.
Yeah, for something like business cards, we've always used something. I think that they're nationwide, but Minutemen Press. And usually they're in different places around the country. And it's nice when it's a small batch order like that to use somebody close. I like it. We've always done that for something like a small batch.
We use a Canva just because we've done posters and stuff on there. And they'll you can make your design and they'll print them immediately for you. But those are really nice.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I just got this a couple of days ago. I don't know if anybody's seen this online. Dot.
Yeah. I put that in my post. I have one as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. So all you do is tap it on the back of somebody's phone, and it'll it'll take you to like a website link, and it'll show you all your information, and then you can even hit a button that says save contact, and then it'll put like Afina Piano Services, my name in their contacts with our logo, and I'll have like our website and everything under there, so they can just go to their contacts.
Yeah, and you can link all your social media.
Yes,
that's the other cool thing is I have the dot one that's on the back of my phone.
Yeah, that's
so if
awesome.
I don't take my big card, which I don't normally use my big card, I use the one on the back of my phone.
Was this like a $10 business card?
It's $30. I think it's 30. I think
we got them in a pack, so it was like
you can get you can get like a pack of 5 for.
It's pretty cool.
A reasonable amount.
It's
all right,
cool.
So we're not going to send all these business cards to 20,000 customers. It's not that kind of a deal.
No, this is one you just keep on your on your person, and you just tap people's phone.
Yeah.
So you keep that one. Now, do you give them a real one as well, just a plain paper one, or do you just do the dot?
It depends on who it is. Like for younger, I will say sometimes it does get a little complicated. So if it's like a younger folk, I'll let them scan this. They can just put it on their phone and it works, or you can scan the QR in the back.
Okay.
But some older people, they're not using their iPhone for things like that, or they don't have a smartphone. So I always carry paper ones with me as well.
Yeah.
So it just depends.
Well, does anyone put a QR code on the back of their paper one? Can you do that?
Well,
yes. Yeah, I
yes.
put one on mine.
Yeah, okay. We have those on ours as well.
Maybe in a couple weeks, because we're working on new business cards for Artisan literally right now as we talk. We should do one of the Fridays, like, show us your business card, and we can even watch that scene from American Psycho.
That's what you look like right now, David, when me and Michael started taking out the cards. Yeah. Started sweating. Yeah.
I've got to watch this movie now.
No, you don't, Robert. No.
Okay.
No, you don't. But maybe that scene,
Robert, he's so good.
I
actually haven't seen it either, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
The business card scene in American Psycho. That's it, and that's what we kind of do.
Yeah.
Hey, David, well, you were talking the other, I don't know how many weeks ago about piano covers, and I actually bought a bunch of piano covers from Temu for like $3 each, and I have a contact here locally. I'm going to get my logo printed on these to be able to give to customers. So it should be about under $6.
Okay,
total
that's
to use as a marketing tool.
Yep. Maybe what we'll do is next Friday we'll talk about the artisan candy. So that's what we call it. We give candy at every customer's house, and we'll show you what it is. And because we always want to leave our customers with a gift. And when they see this gift, they're kind of like, oh my gosh. So we'll talk about the artisan candy next Friday. And show you what we've done, and also kind of to explain it, as well as give you links, because those piano key covers, that's a great deal, $5-6, Michael. But we're like, wow, we have tens of thousands of customers. We need to bring these down to about $1.50 each, and we were able to find somebody, to be able to do that. And
I still don't know who it was, but
we don't know who. Yeah, Andy does. We'll find it though.
We'll get
it's amazing that you got it to that low.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it.
I don't know. It was quite a big order. Like when you buy 20,000.
Yeah, well, that's
different.
I don't think I can. I don't have the customer base to do that. And I was actually pretty pleased that I got this under $6.
I can't believe you did that either. Locally,
everything. Totally. This is
awesome.
$3 for these, and then it's going to turn out to be about $3 because I have a friend who's in the printing business, and he was able to get the stuff.
Just imagine your customer, your piano's done, you're cleaning it up. And you put the key cover, and they're like, yes. And every day they go to see their piano, they pull off Midwest pianos. They're seeing it every day. I don't know why people haven't done this in the past. I mean,
right.
I think it's because of the cost. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. So, because if you look at regular, because I ordered it from China for the key covers. If you ordered somewhere in the US, they're asking $15 or more for the key covers.
Yeah, like Corey. Yeah, they are. Yep. They are so expensive. So I love that. It's just another way to add value. And you don't have to even spend money to add value. You could tell them how old their piano is by using your atlas or shine their pedals. But it's just that constant giving more than everyone else.
Yeah. And does it fit pretty well, Michael?
Yeah.
It fits fine?
Yeah, no problems.
Awesome.
All right.
It just slides right over the top. Yeah.
No, next Friday. So next week is going to be about tuning, because we have some people that are interested in coming and joining, but they're going to be more just getting started. I have some new and some ideas on how to practice tuning, especially as you're really ramping up. That is a gradual scale, and I'm going to want to play around with that with y'all. But we're going to talk about tuning next week. But then on Friday, we'll talk about the artisan candy and what we do to give to our customers. And then also kind of give you an idea of how much it costs. Like, hey, if you want to do that, this is how much it costs. You can start with this. And we'll also tell you how you can get other people to pay for it. So we'll go and talk about that as well.
I like that idea.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. That sounds great.
All right. Well, I will see you on Monday. Have a beautiful weekend. And thank you, because what you've done is just... today has been very much a gift.
I'm so happy now. I'm just it's an awesome day.
So awesome. Well, thank you so much. We'll see you on Monday.